Josh, why all the exercise? Just do steroids. Oh, man. Every day. Every day I hate the fact that I could just do that. Every day I hate the fact there are so many studies that prove that you can just not do any exercise but do steroids and still get bigger. Every single day I hate the fact that you can be a lifetime natural lifter, putting in the best diet, the best exercise, the best routine, the best everything. And if you just took steroids, you would be ahead of that natural lifter within a year. It's insane. It's utterly ridiculous. I don't do steroids. I'm not going to do steroids. I'm going to do it naturally because I want to be healthy. And some people are going to look at what I do and think, I'm inspired by that guy, I'm going to copy him. And I don't want impressionable kids doing steroids. The problem with steroids, and I'm saying this as an amateur exerciser, an amateur bodybuilder. The problem with steroids is that they work. You can't deny that. You can't escape that. You can't get away from that. The problem is they're just really effective. I believe Jeff Nippard has a video where he talks about them. What you are effectively doing is trading aspects of your health, possible longevity of your life, for extreme bodybuilder gains. And I believe bro science describes it as gymflation. About 50 or so, I mean, imagine this. Imagine 100 to 200 years ago. If you were wandering around a city or you traveled the world, you would probably see one, maybe two, really jacked guys in your whole life. 100, 200 years ago. They were bodybuilders, without a doubt. They were strong people, but they weren't everywhere. You would not see that many people. And when you saw a really strong guy, I mean, look at pictures of like strong men in the circus. That was considered freakish at the time. And then over time, bodybuilding techniques became known, diets became refined, workout regimes became refined, we had bodybuilding come onto the scene, and now you can see the most jacked, ripped, strong guys you ever will see on Instagram in 10 seconds. You can see more of them than someone 100 years ago would have seen their entire life. It's absolutely insane. The problem is, that is confusing, and a lot of my content, I talk about the lifestyle effect on young men, because unfortunately a lot of young guys, and this is the reason I do this, a lot of young guys are being drawn to the extreme right wing with its horrible bigotry, misogyny and general hustle bro culture by arseholes like Andrew Tate. And someone once sent me a message saying, Josh, you are the anti-Andrew Tate, which I took as a massive compliment, and I think every guy should aspire to be. So what I want to do is I want to be honest with young guys and say, look, the physiques that you're seeing right now they're physically impossible to do unenhanced. You won't get that without steroids. You need steroids to get to that point. There is a level of natural that lifting and working out will get you to, and there is a level beyond that that you absolutely need steroids. But that's become almost expected now. It has absolutely become expected. You get a young guy who goes to the gym, works out for 6 months, realizes that he doesn't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger did in his prime, and suddenly you take it. Liver King was on roids for absolutely ages. This is one of the problems. I can't sit here and say to you, steroids don't work, because they do, but I also personally don't want to take them. Someone in the chat just typed L, as in, I'm guessing you typed L as in, lose, bad, when I said that I don't like Andrew Tate. Someone who is your friend, someone who is genuine to you, will tell you the truth and what you need to hear, instead of what makes you happy or what you like. Because that person values their own personal integrity more than being liked by you. I won't say something to someone to make them like me. I will say something because I believe it's the right thing to say. And if the person dislikes me for this, then that's kind of on them. And if they like me for this, that's on them as well. But remember that your integrity is worth far more than being liked by someone if they're liking you for the wrong reasons. L stands for lifting. Saying what's important and what's true is far more important than saying what you need to say to get someone to like you. Someone pointed out to me earlier that young men should try to embody what being a man truly is. And I think that being a man is about kindness, integrity, protection, support, genuine friendship, taking care of your body and your mind. And the next time someone says to you, what is the epitome of a man? You point them to Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. What was Aragorn? He had everything he could possibly need, but he doesn't believe that he is worth the responsibility of an entire people's. And so he thinks there is a better person for the job. He is kind. He treats everyone equally. He spends time training with people who he believes need to be trained. He will be friends with people if they are friendly with him. He will talk to people. He will protect. He will charge into near death for the chance of doing something that's right. He's a fictional character, but he is absolutely the quintessential definition of a man. And so if you're ever stuck for what to do in a situation, what would Aragorn do? Is one hell of a question. Sam is exactly the same. Sam from Lord of the Rings. Absolute man. That's what he is. What would Aragorn do? What would Sam do? That's a role model you need. I remember a specific video of Andrew Tate that always made me laugh. And he was talking about drinking water, believe it or not. Just literally drinking water. And he said, I only drink fizzy water. You don't like fizzy water? What, are you afraid of bubbles? I'm thinking, a man just drinks water, fizzy water? It doesn't matter. Sometimes being manly is about just doing the thing that you want to do without worrying about how it will be perceived by the greater world. And I go on about this a lot because it really irritates me. I saw a post on Twitter earlier. I refuse to call it X. I saw a post on Twitter from a 45-year-old guy, and it was a picture of an Easter egg. It was like Dylan the dinosaur Easter egg, and this guy who posted was called Dylan, and he said, as a 45-year-old man, I almost bought this. Why did you almost buy it? Just go and buy it. No one's going to laugh at you for it. Just do whatever you want. As long as you aren't ruining someone's day, do whatever you want, man. Who's watched Reacher? You might joke about the fact that he's just a meathead, but you know what? Reacher's a good example of a good dude. Defends the weak, treats people with respect, talks back to people who talk to him with respect, with equal respect, stands up. Yeah, he's also an absolute psychopath, don't get me wrong, but he seems like a decent dude. Is when the police of that small town arrest him and bring him in. And he is incredibly disobedient to every instruction except the one that Roscoe gives him. And the reason for that is not because Roscoe's a woman. It's because Roscoe is the first person to ask him politely and respectfully to do something. And he does it. And then he treats her with politeness and with respect straight away. I truly wish that modern media had better role models for young men. And by better, and this is what really gets to me, people have taken the idea of physical strength, like gym culture, as a negative. They think, oh, you just want to be a meathead in the gym. No, being strong and being powerful, and capable is a great trait to have. It's something that we need. Do I think Alan Ritchson is also on roids? Not for the first season, but he admitted that he was for the second and beyond, simply because he wasn't able to get to the shape they wanted naturally. First season was just him, because the dude is jacked. I mean, like Picard. Picard is an excellent example of a really good leader. Star Trek The Next Generation, incredible show. Be strong in body and in mind. It's very important. What's the old saying? It's important that men be both strong and wise, soldiers and scholars, because otherwise a society will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by idiots. It's very important to have both of those things. And I think that's one of the things that I push for the most in society in general. It's important to be that way. I hate it. It gets to me a lot. I know I go on about it, but we need more decent role models for guys. Reacher is a good example. So is Picard. So is Aragorn. Aragorn especially. The problem is, and this has been spoken about on a podcast before, if anyone in the chat is unsure why so many young guys look up to these kind of arsehole male influencers. It's actually quite, when you understand it, it's horrible. We are told that the status symbols that we need are lots of money, a big house, to sleep with lots of women, to have nice clothes, to have a business. And so what they do is they look at guys that have that, and they say, right, what do these guys do? How did they get that? And then they realize that they don't care how they got it. All that matters is that they have it. So when you say to a young guy, hey look, this influencer has got all the things that you want. This is how they live their life. Young guys don't care about the damage that would do. They don't care about the process. They don't care about the people hurt along the way. They don't care about the... It's very much a case of the ends justify the means. People want the end result. And so they see the process and think, I must do this. I must go through this. And I saw it so many times when I was still teaching. So many times of young guys being like, well, I want the money, I want the girls, I want the cars, I want the house, I want the status, I want the respect, therefore I need to be this. People want everything they have, because all of these male influencers, they have everything. And so guys think, well, I've got to be like that.